Touchdown! Untouched in the end zone.
Good evening, Panther fans, and welcome to J. Lewis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen, Texas, where K-West is bringing you another exciting episode of Friday Night Lights. Tonight it is your Weslaco Panthers taking on the Harlingen South Hawks. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by the coach, bringing you all the action from tonight's ball game.
Joe, this ought to be fun. You know, you and I got to see a big game right here in Bogus Stadium a week ago. At that same time, these very Weslaco Panthers were running up 72 points on the Raiders from Brownsville, Rivera. Harlingen South having a rough season. Let's see if Weslaco can stay on the winning track here tonight.
Well, tonight it is a great night for football. Fall weather here in the Rio Grande Valley. Just a few hours ago, we had a cold front blow through, bringing the temperatures down to 66 degrees. Wind is coming out of the north. It's gusting a little bit, not too much, but it is making for a great night of football. A lot of jackets in the stands today. Coach, you were talking about Weslaco and their win last week. They come into tonight's contest 1-3 in district play with a big 72-0 win over Rivera. And you talked about Harlingen South struggling. They are 0-4 in district play.
Yeah, and first off, you called it a cold front. You know, I grew up in Utah. This is a good summer day. When the sun goes down in those parts of the country, sometimes it's in the 60s. So I'm still in my shorts. But yes, South's not having the kind of year that Coach Ritchie and his staff would have wanted. Weslaco, under a new coaching regime, starting to pull things together with a young team. Had some major injuries. Let's see how they pull through tonight.
Well, we are set for kickoff. Weslaco won the toss, deferred for the second half. On to kick is Francisco Moreno. Back deep for the South Hawks is Corbin Hendrick and Emilio Quiroz. It is returned by Kendrick from the goal line. He's looking for some blockers, and he's hit at the 20-yard line. Andrew Olguin, the first one in there to make contact, and he's going to fall about the 21, and that's where Harlingen South will begin their first offensive series.
Yeah, Andrew also got some help from number 32, Dante Castillo, but Andrew's been doing that for a couple of years for the Panthers, and it looks like he's going to continue it tonight. Had a nice career Andrew has for the Weslaco Panther defense.
Well, the defense is on the field, and now the Hawk offense is running on to the field. Again, we talked about this. Harlingen South is 0-4 in district play. Quarterback for the Harlingen Hawks is David Torres. Emilio Quiroz is their running back. He's going to take the handoff, and he's going to get across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. It's going to be a good 6-yard pickup for Andrew Quiroz, their leading ground gainer.
Yeah, Quiroz is a junior, and the quarterback's a sophomore. They went up and quick counted Weslaco, kind of caught him off balance, gained about 6, Joe.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Hawks. Quiroz, the running back. Torres, the quarterback. They're going to send Belmontes in motion. Handoff is to Belmontes, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and brought down for a big loss. Marco Noriega, the one making the commotion in the backfield.
Yeah, when you run the fly sweep, the speed sweep, however you want to call that, you need to either have some misdirection or blocking out in front. There was no one in the way of Marco Noriega. He did a great job. Looks like they're about to snap it, though, Joe.
3rd down and 8 for the South Hawks. The loss of about 4 on that one, Loss of about 4 on that play. 3rd down, there's a little confusion there. Quarterback gets back under center, not under center, back in the shotgun. He's going to throw the ball in the direction of Brady Bennett, but that ball is a little too far, and that goes down as an incomplete pass, bringing up a 4th down situation for the Hawks.
Number 12, Evan Margot, with the coverage, did a nice job there. Quarterback could have probably ran for close to a first, Joe. Just through his tight end a little bit. Good first series for the Panther defense, and let's see what the offense has.
Yeah, 3 and out is always a good way to start defensively. They're going to send back Devin Denna to try to return this punt from the South Hawks. Punt is away. It's a fairly good one. Dena lets it bounce in front of him about the 48-yard line, and it bounces in the direction of the Hawks. But number 82 got up in the air and just dragged that one down to avoid it being any better field position for the Panthers. He downed it at the 49-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will begin their first offensive series of the ball game.
Well, we expect to see Marco Leal tonight and see Elijah Banda, both at quarterback. Looks like Leal and 21 in the backfield to start the game, De Santiago.
Yeah, Marco Leal is the starting quarterback. De Santiago is going to be in the backfield with him. He leads all rushers with 574 yards on the ground and 6 touchdowns. The handoff is to De Santiago, looking for some running room off the right side. He turns the corner, gets across midfield to about the 47-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 4.
Yeah, just a normal little off-tackle play there. De Santiago didn't have a huge seam like he gets sometime, but he made a good gain there on first down.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 for the Panthers early in the ball game. We've got 10:09 to go here in the first quarter. 3 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right, and the handoff is to De Santiago, looking for some running room right behind the center. He's going to get to about the 45-yard line, pickup of about 2. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and a long 3 or a short 4, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, that's a little counter play, pull the backside guard and tackle across formation. Harlingen South did a good job of holding there. Let's see what they got here on 3rd and short. It's a either-or down for the Panthers here.
So Marco Leal, the quarterback. De Santiago is going to be sent into motion to the left side. Leal comes up in the pocket. He is hit from behind, loses the football, but the question is, was his arm in motion? And they're going to say, yes, it is a fumble, and it is recovered by the South Hawks, and the fumble recover is by Sky Tatum.
Well, the defensive end came all the way around. Marco took off. I thought he was going to run for the first down. He saw a receiver. He stopped. He never saw the defender. Ball stripped out of his hand. Harlingen South gains the first turnover of the night, and they'll take over on about the 46-yard line.
That's exactly where the ball is situated. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the South Hawks. 9:25 to go here in the first. Belmontes in motion. And the handoff is to Quiroz. Quiroz with some running room just behind the center. Gets to about midfield where he's first hit by the Panthers and dropped at the 49-yard line. Pickup of maybe 5.
Yeah, that was actually a double effort there. I thought he was stopped one time. He actually kept his feet turning. Weslaco needs to get that stopped.
So 2nd down and 5 again. Quiroz with the football. Has some running room behind the left guard, but there is a flag on the play. We'll wait for the referee to see what the infraction is.
Well, the way the Weslaco sideline's acting, it may be offsides. It looks like it is going to be offsides. Let me tell you right now, South's tempo is catching Weslaco looking over for a defensive call. South is getting a call, and then they're going. Weslaco is still in the process of getting a call and have kind of got caught out of alignment once or twice already here early in the game.
So a 7-yard pickup from Quiroz is going to go in the books because they declined the penalty. Belmontes again in motion. Handoff is to Quiroz. He's off the right side, breaks a tackle, and is in the secondary of the Panthers, and is finally brought down by Tommy Esquivel.
Okay, so they had some luck on the first series Weslaco did on stopping the speed sweep. They faked the speed sweep, run counter back, pull the left guard and tackle all the way around to the right side. Running back makes a nice gain.
So that'll be a 1st down for the South Hawks at the 31-yard line of the Panthers. Pass is away in the direction of Derek Delgado, and it is caught. So the first pass from the quarterback is caught by Derek Delgado, and that's another Hawk. No, excuse me, they didn't get enough yards. About an 8-yard pickup to be 2nd down for the Hawks. Quiroz with the handoff off the right side. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards, and that is going to be good for a South Hawk 1st down.
You know, Joe, we've been looking at no-huddle teams all year, and we talk about they're not huddling, but they're not in a hurry. Harlingen South is what we call on turbo right now.
Yes, they are. Torres quickly gets the ball from the center. This time he's going to hand it off to Jorge Alicea. Alicea looking for some running room in the middle of the line, and he finds a little gap, picking up about 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, he's a bigger kid now playing running back, and again, they're catching Weslaco trying to adjust the formations and snapping the ball.
Second down and about 4. Alicea with the handoff again, this time off the left side, and he is hit hard by Marco Leal.
Yeah, number 13, Marco
Noriega, I'm sorry.
made a nice play there. It's going to be 3rd and about 3, Joe. I got to believe they're in field goal range, but I got to believe Harlingen's thinking touchdown.
That they are. The quarterback again. This time he's going to hand it off to Alicea. Alicea hit at the line of scrimmage and no more. That'll bring up a 4th down situation, and we'll see what they do, Coach. They're going to bring back Quiroz onto the field. So it looks like they are going to go for it. 4th down and about 2 for the Hawks, and they're going to call a timeout to regroup. I don't think they really knew what it is that they wanted to do, or maybe they just saw something that Weslaco had on the field, maybe some kind of personnel that they weren't happy with.
Well, I heard the announcer announce, I believe, that it was 4th and 1. So I think the coaching staff thought maybe they were closer than they were. And then once they sent a play out there, they went, like, we're at a long 2. We're not at 1. So you want to make sure you come out of here with points. You know, you got a turnover. You're eating clock right now. Right now you got some control of the tempo of the game. They've gone fast, and then they'll slow down once in a while. And then after a big play, they like to go fast. This is a big play right here. They put their good running back in. Maybe you try the speed sweep counter again. That was their biggest play maybe so far tonight. Or you throw a little 2-yard hitch out there like they did earlier. Let's see. Oh, field goal, Joe.
No, they did bring in their field goal. You were mentioning that just a little while ago, Coach. So they're going to attempt a field goal. Jose Bermea on with the kicking duties, the field goal duties, and the holder is the quarterback, David Torres. Snap, hold, kick away, and the kick is good. So a 27-yard field goal is good, and with 6:57 to go in the ball game, the Hawks on the board first, 3-0 as they lead the Weslaco Panthers. You're enjoying high school football right here on your home for sports, K-West.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Welcome back to J. Louis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen, Texas. District competition going on the field. It is the Harlingen Hawks taking on your Weslaco Panthers. 6:57 to go in the first quarter. The Harlingen South Hawks with a 27-yard field goal off the leg of Jose Lerma to put points on the board first here tonight. That all because of a fumble. Began at their own 47-yard line and got down to about the 10, and of course had to settle with for a 27-yard field goal. Devin Dena back deep along with Roy Trevino. Jose Lerma, who just kicked the field goal, on to kick for the South Hawks. And the kick is away. It's a short bloop kick, and it's a fair catch made at the 39-yard line by Elijah Banda. Very smart move there by Elijah.
Yeah, but I was thinking they probably wanted a little more out of that kick than the 39-yard line. They must really be afraid of the return men of the Panthers. But let's go back and talk about that drive a little bit, Joe. They really took control of the line and were able to run that ball on that series. They threw the ball once, I believe, made some yardage on that. Looks like Banda in at quarterback, Joe.
Yeah, Banda in at quarterback for this second possession of the Panthers. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap is low. Banda's going to pick it up, and he's going to run with it. Gets to about the 40-yard line, which is good for a 1-yard pickup there by Banda. Yeah, Coach, you were talking about the jet sweep. The first time they tried to run that, there was no misdirection, and they lost 4 yards on that play. But after that, we saw a lot of misdirection.
Right. Well, they're faking the speed sweep and getting the counter off. On that play right there, he flashes the ball to DeSantiago and tries to get behind the lineman. Right now, Harlingen South's doing a good job controlling the line of scrimmage.
Banda looking to get rid of the ball quickly, didn't like what he saw, so he decided to tuck it and run with it, and gets back to the line of scrimmage where it's going to be a 3rd down and 9 for the Panthers.
Yeah, right now, the front of the offense of Harlingen South and the defense of Harlingen South seem to have decided to come out here tonight and play football because so far those lines have done a pretty good job.
Well, they're going to spot it at the 41-yard line, so they're going to credit Banda with a 1-yard run, so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Banda looking over to the sideline. He's got his calls, got his troops lined up. Snap, looking. He's got a receiver in the middle, and that is the tight end, Rolando Berrones, but that's going to be short of the first down.
I don't know, Joe. I think he might have got it. He's right at the 49, and yes, they're going to call it a first down. He just ran in the middle of the formation and sat down. You see that at every level of football. Harlingen South is trying to cover up the outside guys and don't cover the tight end.
Well, it was a good spot with where he caught the ball, and then, of course, he was pushed back, so they gave him forward progress, and that was enough for the first down. Handoff to De Santiago. He gets across midfield to the 49-yard line. Gain of 2 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Right now, the tempo is Harlingen South tempo. Weslaco's moving the ball some, but none of those big splash plays like they're used to.
2nd down and 2. Ball at the 49-yard line of the Harlingen South Hawks. They're going to send the tight end Villarreal in motion. De Santiago with the handoff. Gets to midfield, turns up the field, and gets about 2, maybe 3 yards on that play. They're going to spot it at the 47, so they're going to give him 2 yards on that run play, so it'll be a 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, they tried to pull the tackle around the edge and kind of run of a form of the speed sweep there. And right now, Harlingen South is holding their own.
3rd down and 6. Berrones in motion, but there is a flag, and usually that is an offensive movement flag. So it is. They're going to mark 5 yards off, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 12 for the Panthers.
I don't know if South's doing something in there, but I'm seeing a few of the Panther linemen flinching. I don't know if they're barking. There it goes again. I don't know if they're saying a go under their breath or if he's just trying to get a good start on the play. But you go from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 16, that changes your call a little bit. And right now the Panthers are self-destructing a little bit, and I know the coaching staff, you know, it only takes one play, though, to get you right back on track. Let's hope that play happens right now.
4:08 to go here in the first. Banda drops back, looking up the middle. He's throws the ball in the direction of Jay Granados, but that was just a little too hot, a little too high, so that one falls incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down and 16 for the Panthers. They were looking at 4th down and 6 from the 47-yard line. Now the ball is back at the 44-yard line, 43-yard line on the Panther side of the football field.
Number 4, Caleb Solis for Harlingen South had a chance, but you were right. That ball had some heat on it. Here's the punt.
Punt snap is good. The punt is away, and it's a good one. It's going to hit about the 22-yard line. It's going to be fielded by the South Hawks, and nowhere to go. Brought down quickly at about the 16-yard line. Gilbert Aude with the return for the Hawks.
I believe number 11, Raul Camarena, was one of the guys involved in the tackle there, amongst others. Right now, Panther defense hopefully had time to make some adjustments, Joe. But right now, the way that Harlingen South is changing the tempo of their offense is causing some problems. I don't think it's a physical thing. I think it's a mental thing more than anything.
Torres, the quarterback. Quiroz in the backfield. Belmontes in motion. Handoff is to Quiroz. Quiroz cuts back behind the line, gets across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. It's going to be close to a 1st down, maybe a yard short, depending on where they spot it.
Yeah, their best success so far has come off the speed sweep action. They put number 1 in motion, run a play off of it.
They're going to say he got exactly 10 yards, that is Quiroz, on that first play. And they go right back to Quiroz, this time to the other side of the field. And he's going to pick up 2 yards. Great job there by the Panther defense, not allowing him to get much more than that.
Yeah, they rallied back there. It looked like that Harlingen South had something going. And good job of the defense rallying back there.
2nd down and 8 for the South Hawks. Belmontes in motion again. Quiroz, handoff. He's got some running room. Gets up the middle of the Panther line, across the 35 to about the 39-yard line, and that's going to move the sticks once again for the South Hawks.
Yeah, big Seth Sanchez, number 44, got a piece of the jersey, followed it up, made the play. But South found a way to get a first down, Joe. We're about to move inside 3 minutes. Harlingen South is on the drive.
Yeah, we already have. We're at 2:50 and counting. They bring back the bigger running back, Alicea, and he's going to take the handoff from the quarterback and to pick up 1 yard to the 40.
Yeah, they're trying to change up a little bit. You go from quick to big. There wasn't much of a hole there that time. Good job by the defensive front of the Panthers. Looked like Christian Flores, 92, involved in that one.
So 1 yard pickup, bringing up a 2nd down and 9 for the Hawks. Quarterback looking for a receiver. It's caught at the 49-yard line, and that is Derek Delgado with his 2nd catch of the night, and the chains again are moving for the Hawks.
Yeah, again, here they go fast, Joe. As soon as they get lined up, they're ready. Weslaco's trying to get adjusted. Ball's already been snapped.
And the handoff is made quickly to Alicea. Alicea getting right to midfield. 1 yard pickup. Sounded like a play 2-3 plays ago.
Yeah, Javier Navarro and number 13, Marco Noriega, involved in that tackle. But after a big play, Harlingen South likes to go fast. They're catching, I don't know if you're catching this, but the Weslaco Panther front 4 flip-flop by formation. So if you flip formations on them, they have to change their alignment.
So here we go, 2nd down and 9. A minute and a half to go here in the first quarter. Quarterback takes the ball, going to hand it off to Quiroz, who's back in the backfield with him. Gets across to about the 49-yard line, but we do have flags on the play.
Looks like offsides again on the defensive front. Yes, it is. It's going to be offsides, Joe. The officials turned the wrong direction, I believe.
So that's the 4th penalty on the Panthers here tonight.
Wow, and this early in the game, that's not the way you want to start a game. But you know, it's 3-0. They're going to be fine. They just got to make some adjustments, get lined up. Sometimes you can outsmart yourself. You just got to get lined up and play.
So here we go. The Hawks back on offense. Quarterback Torres looking for a receiver, has one. That's Quiroz out of the backfield. Across the 40, finally shoved out of bounds at the 34-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for another Hawk first down.
Yeah, I think old Andrew Olguin got out there and pushed him out of bounds. We're inside a minute now, Joe, and here comes South fast again.
And luckily, they go with the bigger back who's not as fast as the first one, so that play took a long time to develop because the Panthers really weren't set. They weren't ready.
Well, number 13 has had a good quarter. That's old Marco Noriega playing the linebacker spot. He was ready, but you see him right now. Harlingen South is controlling the tempo because they're lining up. Then Wesco's trying to adjust, and before you know it, the ball snapped.
So the quarterback, Torres, going to send Belmontes in motion again. Fakes the handoff. He's under pressure, and he's brought down for a sack. And that is Andrew Olguin with a big sack for the Panthers, something they really needed here.
Well, that's a good call. They're running the speed sweep, and they've been running a counter back away from the speed sweep. So when the man went across in motion, that triggered Andrew coming from the back edge. That wasn't something Harlingen South counted on. The quarterback turned around. He had a shot at getting away from him. Andrew actually rolled over with it, and the quarterback never went down. And then on his way taking him down, he fumbled, but I think they called him dead. That's what the Panther coaches are talking about. What about the fumble? Well, this isn't the NCAA or the NFL. You're not going to be able to look at the replay. I think there was a holding call in the middle of it all. They're asking Coach, you want the penalty or you want the play?
So the sack's going to force them all the way back to the 48-yard line. A loss of about 13 on that play.
Okay, so they're going to adjust the game clock because it ran out while they were deciding the penalty and all that. So it's going to be third and about 19 miles, and then it'll be a fourth down. So no matter what happens here, we're going to flip the field after this
Well, they
play.
already started the clock, and South is content in letting that one go down to 0. They're going to get a chance to go to the sideline, discuss it, because we have played one here at J. Lewis Bogus Stadium. It is the Harlingen Southhawks 3, your Weslaco Panthers 0. We'll be back with second quarter action right here on K-West.
Before Harlan Block raised the flag over Iwo Jima, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. There he played for the Panthers, won a championship, and learned some of the leadership skills he and 7 other students used while serving in the Marines. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prominent graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For war hero Harlan Block, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Welcome back to J. Lewis Bogus Stadium, where we are just about to get started with second quarter action. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by the coach, John Boswell, and of course the cameraman, our cameraman extraordinaire, Vinny Berry. Third down and 24 for the Southhawks. Ball is spotted at the 48-yard line. Torres is the quarterback. Quiroz in the backfield with him. Torres drops back, looking for a receiver. That ball is almost intercepted by Andrew Ulguin. He was in perfect position, but the receiver was a little bit further behind him, so that ball was thrown to the receiver, obviously, but Andrew almost got high enough to intercept that.
Well, and it's fourth down. I'm guessing they run some sort of quick kick here, but they have their offense on the field.
Yeah, they send Evan Margot back deep just in case that's about to happen, and it looks like that is going to happen because David Torres, the quarterback, now decides he's going to drop back just a few more yards for a quick kick, and there it is. It's going away, and it's caught at about the 14-yard line by Evan Margot across the 20, stiff arms, and is brought out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. So great job there by the Panther defense to stop the Harlingen South offense.
Yeah, South had a little bit of a roll going and a lot of the momentum going, and the big sack really changed the tempo of the play right there. And Weslaco now, hopefully they've made some offensive adjustments. They've come to the sideline, and they'll settle down and play. Looks like we got Marco and we got DeSantiago back in the backfield.
Yeah, they do. They got Marco Leal back in at quarterback. Jay Granado split wide to the left, to the top of your screen. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. DeSantiago takes handoff, running left, has some running room, cuts up field, and he's going to get to the 35-yard line. Good, tough running there, not allowing those arms to bring them down, and that's a 9-yard pickup for DeSantiago.
Yeah, he got that foot in the ground and turned it up, and now Weslaco's going quick.
2 receivers right, 2 left. This time the handoff is to Santiago. He's across the 40-yard line to the 41, and that's going to move the chains for the Panthers.
You know, sometimes you feed a team their own medicine, and you go, okay, you've been going fast and taking control of the tempo. Now we're going to do it, and here they go again, moving fast for the Panthers.
Same formation. Marco looking for a receiver, looking in the direction of Devin Dena, but that's an incomplete pass. Looked like the Hawks were blitzing on that play.
Yeah, and they're trying to ask, did he throw that ball forward? Of course, the officials say yes. The Harlingen South staff's not sure of that. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
So incomplete pass will bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Panthers. Handoff is made to DeSantiago, this time to the right side. He's running tough across the 45 to the 47-yard line. DeSantiago really showing that he can motor.
Yeah, he got behind those linemen, kept his feet moving. Looked like he was stopped there for a second. With the feet moving, he was able to move ahead for about 6 yards, Joe. So it's going to be 3rd and about 4. The Panthers haven't really thrown the ball yet. Let's see if 3rd and 4 is the time to do it.
3rd down and 4 for the Panthers. Leal making sure DeSantiago is in the right position. Villarreal in motion. Handoff is made to DeSantiago, right behind Villarreal, but not allowed to go anywhere. His sheer toughness maybe got him 1 yard.
Yeah, I'm not sure there was a miscommunication there, but it looks like the Panthers are at least going to try to freeze them here because they have not changed personnel. You know, being honest, I don't know who punts now that Jacob Cavazos is injured. We did not get to see him since his injury, so I don't know who the punter is. Maybe it's Marco.
Could be like we saw with the Hawks is a quick kick. Marco is a very good athlete, so Coach Salinas wants a timeout. So we're going to take one alongside with them. We got 9:51 to go in the first half. It is the Harlingen Southhawks 3, your Weslaco Panthers 0. We'll be right back with more football right here on your home for Football K-West.
Before Clarissa Renteria was a dentist, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a cheerleader, played softball, and started college early through the dual enrollment program. She graduated from UTPA before earning her degree from the University of Texas School of Dentistry in Houston. Now she is Dr. Renteria, creating beautiful smiles at Professional Dental Group. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dr. Clarissa Renteria, WISD was the right choice.
Welcome back to J. Louis Bogus Stadium. 9:51 to go here in the first half. Panthers with the football, 4th and about 4. They bring on the punter, Francisco Moreno. Back deep is Gilbert Aide for the Hawks. Ball is going to land about the 25-yard line, take a Panther bounce, and is down at the 19-yard line where the Southhawks will take over on offense.
Yeah, it makes sense to see the kicker doing the punting, Joe, but you and I haven't seen Weslaco play since Jacob Cavazos broke his collarbone, and he was the punter. They're not trying to run that same sprint out punt thing. They're just having Frank catch it and kick it. That's a pretty good kick there. Let's see what the defense has on this go around.
Well, they played fairly well here tonight, only allowing 3 points. And, of course, we've seen that offense of South really take control, as you've been mentioning tonight here, Coach. Torres, the quarterback. Quiroz, the running back. He hands it off to Quiroz. Quiroz looking for some running room behind the right guard. But that Panther defense really batting down the hatches and not allowing much room. Maybe 2 yards on that play.
And guess who again? Number 13, right in the middle of everything. Noriega having a great game here tonight on the defensive side of the Weslaco team. And just a nice job.
So they're going to rest the ball at the 21-yard line. That's going to be a 2-yard pickup, bringing up a 2nd down and 8, 9-11 to go here in the second quarter. Torres, the quarterback, hands off to Quiroz. Quiroz trying to run that same play, and again, the defense of the Panthers not allowing much room up in there, and we'll see where they spot that football.
They brought Andrew Olguin off the edge again on that last play. Of course, it went up the middle, so he wasn't much of a change in play there. But, oh, they're tight and going quick.
Tight and going quick. Little misdirection, and they're going to hand the ball off to Jaime Belmontes. A little misdirection. Looked like a little deja vu of Weslaco of old.
Yeah, that was the nasty slot. And, I don't know much about Coach Ritchie, but it's 4th and 1. I would at least try to freeze it with that group on the field and then take a timeout, unless you think you can quarterback sneak it. Of course, they don't have a 6'4", 260-pound quarterback.
2nd and 1 after a 5-yard pickup from Belmontes. South looking like they're just going to let their clock run down a little bit before they call a timeout, and they do exactly that with 8:02 to go here in the first half. They lead 3-0. Of course, we've seen South with all kinds of different offensive, not only looks, but tempos here tonight.
Yeah, they're running different tempos, and if you look at the makeup of the Weslaco defense right now, they're daring them to throw. They're trying to load up the box against the run, and it looks like they're playing man on the outside. There's no free safety. So if you could shake the man-to-man coverage and get in the middle of the formation, you might have a chance to move. But right now, Weslaco really turned up the heat on that last series, and I'm thinking that Harlingen South's going to come out of there in punt formation. Weslaco thinks so because they've got Denna and Roy Trevino back there to receive a punt.
Yes, they do, and they do send out their punter, Jorge Guillen. So 4th down and 1 for the Hawks. Ball is at their own 28-yard line. High snap, and it gets away from him. Guillen on the ground with the football at the 1-yard line, and that's where the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal on their next offensive series.
So the defense comes in, they do their job. The kicking game gets out there. Now, nobody forced that error, but a good job of getting up the field, not allowing the punter pick it up and roll around and kick it. And good job chasing that down. Offense now, you've got a yard to go. Are you going to go in your spread set? I see big number 44 I see Seth Sanchez, who sneaks in sometimes on the goal line, and he's not going on the field. But let's see what group they got out there. Looks like
They got
may be
Elijah.
a heavy group.
Yeah, they got Elijah Banda in there at quarterback, and Elijah's one of those that loves to just put his head down and run right behind those big men right there. So they're going to spot the ball at the 2 where it's first and goal. Handoff is to De Santiago. De Santiago's in the end zone for a Panther touchdown. 7:51 to go here in the second quarter, and the Panthers have gotten on the board. Great job there by special teams, getting the ball into the offensive hands at the 2-yard line, and on the first play, De Santiago takes it into the end zone. 6-3 is your score, pending the point after. On to attempt the extra point is Francisco Moreno. Jaden Cavazos, the holder. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 7:51 to go here in the second quarter, your Weslaco Panthers lead this one by a score of 7-3. Coach, you said that it was not a forced error, but the Panthers doing a great job getting back there, making sure that they bring that punter down.
Yeah, they had pressure on. They had guys getting up the field. You know, sometimes you'll be in that situation, you're thinking return, and your guys aren't really getting up the field. And I've seen punters run back, pick that thing up, roll around, and get a punt off. Hey, 2-yard drive, I'll take that all night, you know.
You can't ask for much more than that.
You're not going to have a big offensive output, but you're going to score a bunch of points if the ball's on the 2 every time you get it.
I'm happy as long as we have more points on the board than they do.
Oh, sure. You know, years ago, we blocked 5 punts in a game and ended up winning 35-0, but we only had like 180 yards of total offense. It was one of those deals where you were inside the 30 every time you got the ball.
So Francisco Moreno on to kick for the Panthers. Quiroz and Hendrick back deep for the Hawks. 7:51 to go here in the second quarter. Kickoff is away, and it's a good one. It's a short one at the 25, and it is fielded, and he is knocked out of bounds. Isaac Moreno hit hard by Jake Espinosa.
Let me tell you, Joe, the wind must be way harder on the field than we think. And now that I kind of look at the flag, I understand that a cold front, in your words, not mine, moved in here earlier today. We've seen both guys kick off, barely make it very far. And as I look at the flag, it's standing on end facing south. So from north to south, the wind is blowing very hard. On your screen, that would be from right to left.
So quarterback is Torres. He's got Quiroz in the backfield. Belmontes in motion. He's going to take the jet sweep. And guess who comes up to make the tackle at the 25-yard line for a loss of 3?
You know, if I was the offensive staff for Harlingen South, the next time they go to the sideline, I'd sit down and say, who's supposed to block number 13? And if they say me, coach, then you're getting beat every play. If nobody said anything, then somebody needs to try to block him right now. Noriega is just killing him.
So 2nd and 12. This time the ball is in the air again. It is caught for the 3rd time by Derek Delgado, and he's still on his feet, breaking tackles and making moves, and finally brought down at the 43-yard line of the Panthers.
Matthew Carrizales, number 26 on the coverage, has to fight back and make the tackle here. There was a moment after he caught that ball where I thought he had a chance to go. He's caught about 3, Joe, and you better start covering him, but they got man on him right now.
That's a good size receiver there, and the quarterback really likes him. And now this time he goes to the other end of the field, and it's Jaime Belmontes off to the races, and he's in the end zone for the Hawks. A 43-yard touchdown from Torres, the quarterback, to Jaime Belmontes. Jaime Belmontes is the guy that we've seen running that jet sweep all night. This time they get the ball in his hands, and he jet sweeps all the way down the sideline into the end zone.
Yeah, number 1 was out there on a little comeback route, made a move, beat 2 Panthers, turned it up the sideline, outran everybody for a 43-yard touchdown. They're about to kick to go up 10-7.
So just like that, the Harlingen South Hawks answer the bell, the touchdown of the Panthers. Jaime Lerma on to attempt the extra point, and the extra point is good. So with 7:04 to go here in the first half, it is now the Harlingen South Hawks 10, your Weslaco Panthers 7. Coach, it didn't take much time for the South Hawks to come right back and put the ball in the end zone.
Well, you know, I'm not great at math, but Weslaco scored at 7:51. Harlingen South scored at 7:04. That's a 47-second drive that took place from about the 35.
3 plays.
3 plays.
They lost 3 yards on the jet sweep, and then they hit Derek Delgado, who came all the way out to the 43-yard line, and then there was another pass to Jaime Belmonte.
So a 3-play, 65-yard drive, 47 seconds.
So 7:04 to go here in the first half, and it's the Harlingen South Hawks 10, your Weslaco Panthers 7. So we'll see what the Panthers have up their sleeves. Their last drive was one all of 2 yards.
Right. Well, you have a 2-yard drive followed by a huge drive by Harlingen South, but this is why you can never guess what's going to happen in District 32 6A. Nobody a week ago thought that East was going to beat Harlingen High, and nobody tonight thought that South had a chance against Weslaco, who put 72 up a week ago. But you know who did? Harlingen South.
Yeah.
Weslaco's fine. It's a lot of game left to be played, but they've got a couple little things they need to get ironed out here. Offensively, let's see if they can get on a drive.
So here we go. Lerma on the kick for the South Hawks, and it's in the direction of Devin Dena. He's going to pick it up at about the 6-yard line after it hits the ground. Looking for some running room, breaks a few tackles, gets to the 15, and it's going to be brought down at the 16, 17-yard line. We'll see where they spot it.
Well, let me tell you what. Harlingen South is flying around with nothing to lose tonight, you know, and there's nothing more dangerous than a desperate man. And Harlingen South has a lot of desperate men. And it was parents' night or something tonight, Joe. We got here and got to hear about so-and-so's parents and mom and dad out there, and they came to play tonight. And Weslaco, I believe, came to play, but they just had a couple little breaks go against them, had a turnover, and you had a couple of big plays. Offensively, though, they've always come through. Let's see if we can get something round up here.
Banda back in at quarterback. Villarreal in motion. De Santiago in the backfield. We've got another flag against the Panthers. That is their 6th penalty of the night already.
Yeah, and most of them have been on the
line
procedure type. I don't know if somebody's lined up wrong, if somebody's hitching or flinching in their stance. I don't know what Weslaco snap count sounds like, but as a lineman, if I get used to hearing different snap counts, sometimes that'll get me rolling.
Banda is going to keep the ball. He's going to run with it. He's going to be hit in the backfield by Cole Cooley.
On the stop, number 33.
You know, they didn't gain anything there. Banda tried to get up there behind his lead blockers. People are coming off a block. Like you said, number 33, Cooley, steps up. It's going to be second and about 15.
Yeah, he loses 5 yards on that play. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Banda, quarterback, hands off to De Santiago. De Santiago looking for some running room, but he's not able to get anywhere because Carlos Martinez wraps him and brings him down after a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, he gained a couple, and it's going to be 3rd down and 13-ish. With Banda in, let's see who they got at wideout. They got Big 88 came in. He caught a touchdown pass a week ago. I see 1, 3, and I'm missing one up there at top.
You got Granados, you've got Dena, and you've got Cavazos on the top of the screen, and Berrones down here at the bottom. And the ball is in the direction of Berrones down at the bottom of the screen. However, there is some confusion as to the route. You have Berrones going one way and the pass going the other way.
And it's going to be a punt down and into the wind. I'm not sure I wouldn't put a little pressure on a soccer player kicker who's not used to catching a ball, Joe. I'm not sure I wouldn't put a little pressure on him. Hopefully, though, he gets a boomer out of here, or Harlingen South's going to have good field position.
So on the punt is Moreno. He gets it away, and it's a short one. Coach Salinas is standing right around the area where the ball fell out of bounds, and that's going to be the 28-yard line, and that's where the Harlingen South Hawks will take over on offense. 1st and 10 from the Panther 28-yard line.
You know, I used to coach punters. I was a punter back in the day. There's nothing harder than punting the ball into the wind if you don't really know how to do it. And to ask a young man to come from being a kicker to being a punter, people think, well, that's an automatic, and it makes sense, but there's a lot more to it than just kicking the ball.
David Torres, the quarterback, hands it off to Quiroz. Quiroz is hit by his own man in the backfield, and then he's surrounded by Panthers, and that's going to be maybe 1 yard gain for Quiroz.
Yeah, number one, Belmontes was running across to fake the speed sweep and ends up really getting the big hit on his running back. No gain really there, Joe. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Wesco needs a stop here.
That they do. 5:15 to go here in the second quarter. Torres drops back, looking for his receiver on the right side of the field. That ball is incomplete. Again, he's going in the direction of Derek Delgado. That's been his go-to guy here tonight. And great defensive coverage there by Matthew Carrizales.
Yeah, they're playing a lot of man-to-man, but I watched them in pregame. They work on it all the time. His technique on that one was outstanding. He forced the receiver wide, Joe, and didn't really give him anywhere to go with the ball. The pattern to run against that, if you can get inside, though, is a post.
Little misdirection handed off to Belmontes, a play that we saw earlier, and this one goes good for about 5 yards, and it's going to bring up a 4th down situation for the Hawks. Looks like the Hawks are going to line up with their offensive team on the field, going with a quick setup, and they've got the Panthers offsides. And I don't know what happened there, but that should have been a free play, but we don't know what the call is. We'll see.
Well, if there's contact, they have to stop it.
Yeah, because 79 was already unabated to the quarterback.
Offsides. Number 79. Fire penalty. Still
Well, he was the one that was called for offsides as well.
Well, now it's going to be 4th and inches. I don't believe that's going to be enough to get them a 1st down, but it's going to be really close. I don't know why they're not back in that muscle set. 4th and less than 1, I would want the quarterback under center, not in the shotgun. But let's see what they get called. Wesco needs to stop. Here we go.
Here we go, that little short set, and quarterback's going to keep it, and he's got his big running back behind him, Christian Cortez, who's pushing him forward.
Oh, yeah, that's the lead blocker from the behind. That used to not be able to push the runner, but that rule has gone away, and it's 1st down inside the red zone for Harlingen South.
So 1st and 10 for the Hawks. 4:32 to go here in the first half. Going to send Belmontes in motion again. Now he's going to turn around and go back to where he came from. Quiroz, the running back, breaks a few tackles inside the 10-yard line, still moving his feet, and is finally stopped at the 9. And we'll see if that's going to be another Hawk 1st down.
It's going to be real close.
It's going to be short.
Yeah, about 2nd and 1. The next 1st down, though, is going to be 1st and goal.
So the Hawks moving the ball. Remember, this drive started at the 28-yard line. So from the short side of the field. Under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Belmontes, same thing. Comes in and then goes back out. Quiroz with the handoff, and that's going to be good enough for another Hawk 1st down.
Yeah, the Hawks are in no hurry right now. You got 3:45 to go in the half. You've got control of the ball and the wind, which seems to be a definite advantage tonight. And you got 1st and goal from the 6th with 3.5 minutes to go in a half.
So 1st down and goal for the Hawks. The ball is spotted at the 6-yard line. Torres, Quiroz in the backfield. Snap is away. Quiroz with the handoff, looking for some running room. And he finds the end zone. Quiroz, 6-yard touchdown for the Hawks. Extends their lead to 16-7, pending the point after. Drive that began at their own 28-yard line was finished off by a 6-yard run from Quiroz.
Well, it's been a good second quarter for South. They had a 43-yard pass following that long drive. And with 3:12 to go in the half, they're in position to take a 10-point lead.
Lerma on to attempt the extra point. Snap, hold is good, kick is away, and the kick is good. So with 3:12 to go here in the first half, it is now the South Hawks 17, your Weslaco Panthers 7. Coach, we talked a little while ago about the Panthers needing to put some offense together. They were 3 and out on that last drive. they definitely need to put something together here before the first half.
Yeah, well, both teams have had problems, Joe, with the punting game. You know, Weslaco's touchdown came as a result of a punt snap going over the punter's head, and one of the touchdowns for South came off the
bad punt.
I don't know, what was it, about 12-yard punt?
If at that
somewhere
15,
around
yeah.
that, yeah. So you know, you get the ball. One team gets the ball on the 2 following a punt mistake, and the other team gets the ball on the 28 following the punt mistake. Right now, Weslaco's got to go in here at halftime. Coach Salinas and the staff maybe go back to the most basic things you got and say, hey, we need to go out there. We need to establish something. They haven't established the run. They haven't really established the pass yet. And defensively, Harlingen South has controlled the tempo. I don't know if they've out-physicaled them, out-coached them, or out-blocked them, but right now the tempo is bothering the Weslaco Panthers.
Well, there's still plenty of time for them to put something together here before the end of the first half. You got Dena and Trevino back deep to return this kick from Jose Lerma. He's looking over his Hawks there. Everybody's ready, and the kick is away, and it's a good one. And looks like Trevino is going to be saying to that one, I'll just let you go out of bounds, and we'll not use up any of the clock, and we'll just take over 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
Well, that kickoff, Joe, landed almost off the field of play. So that wind, you know, I don't know if Vinny's got a picture of the flags tonight there down there near the scoreboard, but they are sticking almost straight out due south. So from right to left, the wind is blowing really hard. With 3:12 to go, Joe, here we go.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 25. And again, we have movement on the line of the Panthers.
Now, Coach Salinas is talking to the officials. You know, that many movements on the O-line, Joe, I've got to believe someone in the D-line or linebacker level is making a shift call, making a move call, making some sort of call. You know, poor offensive linemen, of which I was one, sometimes you hear a sound and you know the next sound, we're running the play. You don't know where the sound's coming from.
So 5 yards marked off against the Panthers. 1st and 15. De Santiago with the handoff. Gets across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. He races the 5 that they lost on the penalty and picked up an extra 2. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Panthers. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
I think they have 2 timeouts left, Joe. Let's see if they use some of them. Right now they're flipping formations as the clock runs.
18 miles an hour is the wind from the north, Coach.
Okay, that's a pretty significant wind.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong wind there. So 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to send 1 in motion, jet sweep. And the handoff is made to Jaden Cavazos, but there's really not anywhere for him to go. He was trying to make a move somewhere, but there was just nowhere to go. So he's going to lose 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, South really ran that thing down. And if you look at that on a replay, he's actually tossing the ball forward to quarterback. They do that so if he drops it, it's an incomplete pass, not a fumble. But that also goes as negative yards on your passing game.
3rd down and 10 for the Panthers. 2:05 to go here in the second quarter. Marco Leal, the quarterback, De Santiago in the backfield with him. Leal drops back, looking for a receiver. Ball is in the air. It is incomplete. Jay Granados jumping up, getting airborne, trying to bring that down, but just couldn't get his hands on it enough to bring it down. So that's going to bring up a punting situation for the Panthers with 1:54 to go here in the second quarter. Now, Coach, we need a good punt here because, again, that wind is a tough one.
Oh, yeah, you need a good punt here because Harlingen has a timeout and 1:54 to go. Another short punt, and they're gonna try to put a score on.
Well, they brought in the punt block attempt, but we've got some collision in the backfield. The punter was hit and dropped, so we'll see what kind of call is made by the referee.
Well, the Panther staff is asking for a personal foul. I think they got it.
Yes.
You got running into and you got roughing.
Right.
Running into is 5 yards. Roughing is 15 and a 1st down automatic. Coach Salinas was asking for the roughing.
Foul.
Got the personal foul. Wesco's going to get the ball, Joe. It's going to be about the 40.
After it's marked off, it should be at the 40.
Yes, it's going to be somewhere in that area. first down with 1:44 to go. Yeah,
Still plenty of time on the clock. And as you just mentioned, Coach, there's still 2 timeouts left for the Panthers. So still plenty of time to move the ball down the field for the Panthers.
You're just going to not be able to get in field goal range with this wind. You're going to have to score a touchdown.
Leal, the quarterback. De Santiago in the backfield with him. They send Villarreal in motion. Trouble with the snap. It's on the ground as Leal didn't get a clean snap. Tried to hand it off to De Santiago, and that wasn't clean either. And it's on the ground, but De Santiago falls on it, but they lose 3 yards in the process.
Yeah, if I was Harlingen South, they have 1 timeout. I might use it and force Weslaco to at least have to execute 1 more punt if you can stop them. But neither team right now seems to want to stop the ball.
So the Panthers not in any hurry to get the next play off. They're going to send 3 receivers to the top of your screen. It's going to be a toss to De Santiago. A quick pitch is what we used to call that back in the day. And he's going to take this across the 40 to about the 43-yard line, and he's driven out of bounds to stop the clock with 56.8 seconds.
Yeah, he didn't gain a whole bunch of yards there, but the best thing he did do, Joe, is get out of bounds and stop the clock, allow them to get a call without being in a hurry here, 3rd and about 6.
So 56 seconds here in the second quarter. They're going to send 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. That's going to be Dena, Cavazos, and Granados. Handoff is to De Santiago. He gets across the 45 to about the 48-yard line. Going to be 2 yards shy of a first down.
I believe South wants the timeout, make them punt here. It's going to be 4th and 3 from around midfield.
Yeah, they're going to officially spot it at the 47, which does bring up a 4th down and 3. Coach, what do you do here? Do you go for it or do you punt it away?
Well, if you go for it and you get it, great. But if you don't get it, the clock will stop long enough to change the chains. Then Harlingen South will get the ball.
With the wind.
With the wind at midfield with a minute to go. Okay, 49 seconds to go. I think the way my half is gone, did I go for it just for the fact I don't know that I want to put my punter out there?
And that's exactly
no offense to Frank, but they are throwing Frank out there. He needs a good snap. They need to block and not worry so much about coverage. And he needs to kick the ball down the field, even though there's return guys over there.
Well, they send 2 guys back there, Hendrick and Aire. Moreno takes the snap, and this time he gets a clean punt away, and it takes a Panther bounce. The Hawks get away from it, and the Panthers are going to down it at the 31-yard line. 40 seconds left to go here in the first half. The Harlingen South Hawks lead this one 17-7. 40 seconds to go, no timeouts for the Hawks.
South did not come after Frank on that last punt. I don't think they wanted to get in a situation again where they roughed the kicker, but I would have tried to get back there just to force the bad punt. Just run shallow, but make him see you back there. Looks like they're going into victory formation.
Yeah, that it does. You've got quarterback Torres under center, takes a step back and downs the ball. And the game clock has fewer seconds than the play clock, so that's going to be the last play of the quarter. So we officially end the half in about 23 seconds. It is the Harlingen South Hawks 17, the Weslaco Panthers 7. Remember, Weslaco won the toss and they deferred for the second half, so they'll have the ball to start the second half of play.
Right now at halftime, the coaches got to go in, get the Panthers back on track, make a couple of adjustments, and come out and play 24 really good minutes and come out of here with a win.
Well, the buzzer has officially sounded to bring us to the half. Halftime score is the Harlingen South Hawks 17, your Weslaco Panthers 7. We'll be back with second half action right here on your home for football, K-West.
untouched in the end zone.
Good evening and welcome back to J. Lewis Bogus Stadium, where KWS is bringing you more high school football action tonight. It is your Weslaco Panthers taking on the Harlingen South Hawks. We are just set to start third quarter action. Your Weslaco Panthers trailing the South Hawks by a score of 17-7. I am Joe Aglad, joined by the coach, John Boswell, and of course our cameraman extraordinaire, Vinny Berry. Coach, very good first half for the Panthers. Their defense played really well.
Yeah, they did some good things. The wind is a bigger factor, I think, than anybody knows. It's affecting the kicking game a bunch. One direction, it's really hard to kick and throw. The other direction, it's kind of easy to do both. The tempo of the South Hawks has bothered Weslaco. I'm hoping they went inside, build to the courage of these young men, made a couple of adjustments. It's a fine coaching staff down there and a bunch of good athletes. Sometimes when things aren't going right, you just got to simplify and come out and play. This game was designed to be man-on-man, Joe. And sometimes, as a coach, I'm speaking as one of those guys, sometimes you outsmart yourself a little bit. And sometimes the best way to go is, like I said, the simplest way. And Weslaco's going to receive here. And, you know, they're going to have the wind and the ball, which I've got to believe Harlingen South made a mistake somehow. I don't know how you do that, but we talked about this off air during halftime, that Weslaco is going to get the ball, but Harlingen South is going to have the wind. So this really kind of shocks me right here.
Well, with the lead, they may think about having it in the fourth quarter. So we've got on the kick, Jose Lerma. Back deep is Devin Dena and Roy Trevino. Kick is away. It's going to be a short one. It's going to be taken at the 18-yard line by Olguin. Olguin's got some running room on the sideline, breaks a few tackles, gets out to about the 43-yard line. A great return there from Olguin.
Yeah, he's a really good athlete. I've seen him return interceptions for touchdown. I've seen him do some things with the football. But here's exactly what we're talking about, Joe. Because of the wind, Weslaco will start with the ball on the 43. Now, if I was the defensive coach, that's not where I want you to start your series. You still got to go out and play, but the wind has already been a factor.
Well, they bring out Marco Leal to start the second half with De Santiago in the backfield. Two receivers, right, one to the left. Handoff is to De Santiago. De Santiago cuts back to about the 45-yard line, and that's where he stopped after a pickup of two.
Yeah, the South Hawks up front remain doing a good job as they did in the first half. They've got some good, solid guys in there, and they're 4 down.
Well, a 2-yard pickup brings up a 2nd and 8. Same offensive formation for the Panthers. Marco drops back, looks to his right in the direction of Trevino, and it is caught. I'm sorry, that is Dena with the Cavazos with the reception. And he is going to run up the middle of the field into Hawk territory, all the way down to the 31-yard line. And just like that, the Panthers are moving the football down the field.
And once again, that's a play that you may not attempt into the wind, and the wind already has become a factor. But you knew it was either number 1, 2, or 3. It was number 3.
What a guessing game. Ball is in the direction of Devin Dena, and he just can't hold on to that one. That one would have been a touchdown for the Panthers.
Well, that's, you know, after a big play, sometimes trying to strike it deep is something good to do. Caught him in man-to-man there, and I don't know if the lights or the wind may have moved the ball around, but it's going to be 2nd and 10, nothing lost there.
Yeah, nothing lost on that play, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. We are just underway here in the second half. The third quarter is where we're at. De Santiago takes the handoff and is hit at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to keep his feet pumping to the 30-yard line for a pickup of 2.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and pretty long here. You know, Weslaco has had some success throwing screens and running some other things here in the past. Looks like they're going to go to a 3 wide out on one side, and where's the tight end?
He's on the right side of the screen, and it looks like they've got Berrones at the tight end on the right side of the line.
Good time to drag him,
So
Joe.
you've got Devin Dena, you've got Granados, and you've got Cavazos on the left side. Ball is in the direction of Dena, and it is batted away by Dena because the ball was thrown to his inside, so he became a defender and kept Hawks from intercepting that pass.
Yeah, did a good job as the defender there breaking that ball up, but we're going to be 4th and 8 on the 30. This isn't field goal territory, and this isn't punt territory. Panthers need to go for it, and looks like they're going to.
So they're going to send Berrones wide to the right along with Granados. They're going to send Cavazos on that side as well. Down at the bottom of your screen, split to the left, is Devin Dena. Marco rolls out to his right. Ball is in the air. Caught by Granados at the 20-yard line, and that's going to be plenty for a Panther first down.
That's a good job. Put your multiple receivers to the wide side of the field. Sprint your quarterback over there. 22 did a nice job of sitting down in a hole. Good throw, good catch, first down, about the 20-yard line, Joe. This was the drive the Panthers needed.
That is for sure. And so it's 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. 3 receivers down to the left, 1 to the right. This time they're going to roll Marco to the left. He throws the ball, and it is just over the hands of Jaden Cavazos.
Yeah, a little harder to roll out to your weak side as a right-handed quarterback rolling left. Just a little bit high. You got to really pull that ball down, Joe. But here comes a big group. 2 80s in the game. You're going to have a tight end set here. This is a good time for play action, though, and run those crossing routes.
Yeah, Villarreal and Ramirez are those 2 guys you are talking about, Coach. So we've got the big men in there. The handoff is made to De Santiago behind the big guys. He's inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. So that's going to be a 2-yard gain for De Santiago.
Yeah, one of the defenders for the South Hawks forced him to cut back into a mess. They're switching the personnel back to the wideout sets, and it's going to be 3rd and about 8. Now you may be thinking field goal. It's a little better field goal position here, and you're down by 10, so you need to get out of here with points.
3rd down and 8 from the 18-yard line. De Santiago in the backfield with Marco Leal. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Snap is away. Leal, quarterback, looking. It's in the pocket. He's got a receiver. Dena in the corner of the end zone. He catches it, and it's a touchdown for your Weslaco Panthers.
18 yards.
Dena with a great job getting up in the air and bringing his feet down in the end zone for a Panther touchdown. Great job of Leal getting it over the hands of the defender. Panthers cutting into the lead, trailing now only by 4, pending the point after. Francisco Moreno on to attempt the point after. Snap, hold, kick is good. So with 9:08 to go in the 3rd quarter, it is now the Harlingen South Hawks 17 and your Weslaco Panthers 14. Coach, we talked about having to put together a good drive to start off this second half, and the Panthers did just that.
Yeah, they did a great job there, but let's go back and talk about what I believe is a technical or a tactical error on the Harlingen South Hawks. You kick off into the wind, short kickoff, you allow a big return by Andrew Olguin. Weslaco gets some rhythm on offense, but they're able to throw the ball because they're throwing with the wind. In that series, Marco threw, I believe, 4 balls into the end zone. If you're into the wind, you can make none of those throws because the wind won't let the ball get there. South, I think, thought Weslaco has no rhythm going. We're going to come out and stone them into the wind. Now they've got to play offense in the wind, and they may have to punt into the wind. Like this kickoff should go into the end zone. So right now, maybe a tactical error by the Harlingen South Hawks.
Well, back deep to return the kickoff is Corbin Hendrick and Emilio Quiroz. Francisco Moreno is the kicker for your Panthers. He looks over his Panther squad. Everybody's ready, and the kickoff is away, and it's a good one. It's going to be fielded by Hendrick at the goal line. Hendrick coming out to the middle looking for some blockers. Cuts it out at the 20, and he is wrapped and brought down by Raul Camarena at about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Camarena over there. Running that thing down. Good job on the special teams. You're going to start playing defense on the 25. Harlingen South into the wind, but they really controlled tempo and line of scrimmage in the first half. Let's see what the Panthers have to offer here in a second.
South Hawks first offensive possession of the second half. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Quiroz is the running back. Torres is the quarterback. Quiroz takes the handoff from Torres, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage. But he is a scrappy little player, doesn't come down very easy, and he picks up 3 yards.
Yeah, he's like a little spark plug in there. I thought he was down, Joe, maybe for a yard loss. He ends up making about 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7.
So here we go. 2 receivers split to the bottom of your screen. Handoff is to Quiroz, running off to the left, breaks a few tackles, cuts upfield, and gets to the 39-yard line, and that's going to move the change for the Hawks.
Yeah, they got the guard pulled outside or the tackle or both, and he's able to turn it up the sideline over there and make about 12 yards. Nice job on the tackle there by Evan Margot, amongst others.
So 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Same offensive formation for the Hawks. Handoff is to Quiroz. This time he runs on the other side of the line, and he does a good job following his blockers, and he's going to pick up 4 yards.
Yeah, they're doing a nice, solid job inside there. They're not doing anything special. They don't look extremely big, and they haven't been extremely successful this year. But right now they have the tempo going their way, and their coaching staff's got to feel good about what's going on.
Well, that time they ran behind number 72, Charles Mattingly, who's only a sophomore. So, again, the same formation. Handoff is to Quiroz. Quiroz this time to the left side of the line, and it looks like he may pick up just 1 yard on that carry.
Yeah, whoa, and there's a flag.
A late flag at that.
Did they have 12 guys on the formation? Because the guy went off the field there late. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think they ran that play with 12 guys.
2 fouls on the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 75, the offense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 2, the defense. Assault offset, 3rd down.
Okay, so I'm wrong. They must have made a substitution. They called one of those "it didn't happen" plays. We'll play it all over again. I know they're trying to control the game, but when you don't point one of them out and make one team pay, then nothing is gained by throwing those flags.
So it's 3rd down and about 5 for the Hawks. Quiroz in the backfield. Quarterback is Torres. Same offensive formation as Sen Belmontes in motion this time. And again, he runs back out. It's going to be a toss to Quiroz. He's trying to get around the corner, and he is brought down by Marco Noriega.
What a great job. He found a hole from his linebacker slot, flattened down the line. Somebody on the outside did a nice job of making Quiroga slow down his feet. And big play. For the first time tonight, the Panthers fans are going crazy. Now they're going to have to punt into this win, Joe. This could be an adventure.
Well, we are under 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, and back deep is Trevino and Dena for the Panthers. It's a good snap is not connected. It's not caught well by the punter, and for the 3rd time tonight, Coach, we've got some problems with the punt team.
Well, you know, he saw a bunch of guys look like they were coming to rush, and they did have a pretty good rush coming on, but he didn't catch the ball cleanly. You know, the first punt went over his head. He didn't catch that one cleanly, and Weslaco had a problem with the shank. So the punt game tonight has been an adventure, to say the least. And here we go, Weslaco with a 31-yard field, down by 3.
Well, you talked about that as we came back from the break from the first half about the punt game. Well, 14 points out of the 24 points that were scored in the first half came from
Yeah, you can tie
punts.
it to the punt team.
Right.
And now you can tie, again, that for the last 6 minutes, Harlingen's been into the wind when they had the choice. I don't get it. Flea flicker.
Flea flickered. Leal in the direction of Dena, and that one cannot be caught. Just a little too high for Dena to handle. Panthers with the ball at the 31-yard line after they brought down the punter. After the punter could not cleanly hang on to the snap and couldn't get the ball away.
So sorry about that, but they ran the ball up inside with Di Santiago. He got to the line of scrimmage, turned, pitched it back to Marco. They ran a one-man route to Dena. He was open for just a second. The ball just hung just a little bit. Good defensive play by South, 2nd and 10.
Second and 10, handoff to Santiago off the left side, trying to cut up. He does inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Pickup of 3 on that play, bringing up a 3rd down and 7 for the Panthers.
You know, I don't have a stat sheet in front of me of any kind, but Harlingen South tonight, their defensive players for 2.5 quarters ought to feel pretty good about themselves.
Yes, they've played very well tonight, haven't really given up much as far as big plays are concerned, and we've seen the Weslaco Panthers gaining 2 or 3 yards here and there. So good job there by the defense of the South Hawks. So 3rd down and 7 for the Panthers. They need to get 7 yards. They need to get to the 21-yard line, for the 1st down. And the pass is dropped by Jaden Cavazos.
Yeah, he got protection there off the play fake, held the linebackers, but sometimes you try to run with it before you catch it. You know, you got a lot of young kids out there. You got to really trust that they're doing the right things. Looks like they're going to try field goal. Joe, this is going to be about a 45-yard try with the wind from the left hash. Let's see what Frank's got here.
You're absolutely right there, Coach, because the block is set on the 35-yard line, making it a 45-yard field goal attempt for the kicker, Francisco Moreno. Kick is going to be short. It looks like he got under that one.
Yeah, he didn't get a solid kick on that. I've seen him kick the ball really soundly. I know a week ago he made a 40-yarder. With this wind, I got to believe he had the leg to do it. Well, he's kicked kickoffs out of sight here tonight. And no points that time on the turnover. Harlingen South holds. It's still 17-14, Joe. And Weslaco's on a roll right now. But they've got to remember, in 5 minutes and 30 seconds, Harlingen South gets the win.
That they do. So looking for a big stop here from the defense of the Panthers. 1st and 10 after the missed field goal for the Hawks at their own 28-yard line. Bringing out their offensive group. That is the quarterback, David Torres. Running back, Quiroz. Quiroz trying to find some running room up in the middle of that line, but the defense of the Panthers really shutting that down, and that's going to go for no gain.
Yeah, number 48, Benito Juarez, who's been playing real solid up inside there, did a great job on that play. They weren't able to move him at all. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. 2 receivers split wide to the right. Torres looking that direction, and it's caught. And that is probably his 4th or maybe 5th catch, and he's still on his feet. That is Derek Delgado. Derek Delgado has had some pretty big plays here tonight. That one all the way out to the 46-yard line. And as you mentioned earlier, Coach, when they get a big play, they try to keep you on your heels, and that's exactly what the Hawks are doing. They're in their hurry-up offense. Clock is moving. Snap, handoff to Quiroz. Quiroz to the right and is brought down from behind at the 45-yard line, and he's going to lose 1 yard on that play.
Guess who, Joe? Number 13 again, knifing in from his linebacker slot to hold him to no gain. The big receiver had to leave the game. He lost a shoe. Actually, they're going to say he lost about a yard. I think somebody's injured. Is that?
That's Quiroz limping off the field. So the good thing about that, of course, is we always like to see kids go off under their own power.
Yeah, but he's under his own power, but there's a lot of wiggle in that wobble right there. Now, number 15 lost the shoe. He's back in the game. Looks like Corbin Kendricks may be number 3 in playing the running back. We saw a big guy earlier in the game, Alicea, right?
Yeah, Jorge Alicea.
But that's not him. That's number 3 now.
Yeah, Corbin Hendrick, the sophomore. So here we go, 2nd down and 11, 4.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hawks lead 17-14. They've got the ball at the 45-yard line. Torres dropping back. He's hit as he releases the ball, and he tries to get it to Jaime Belmontes, but under pressure from the pressure applied by Andrew Holguin.
Well, yeah, once again, they threw a formation. It looks like an automatic out of certain formations where Andrew's going to come off the edge. I don't know if it's that or Coach Buff giving him the signal. Here we go quickly.
So here we go. 3rd down and 11. Looked like the Hawks wanted to get something going really quick, but they didn't. So now they're going to change formation, get everybody in line. 12 seconds on the play clock, plenty of time. Torres, the quarterback, fakes the handoff. He's under attack again by Andrew Olguin, this time on the other side of the field, and that's a big sack, Coach. We said that the Panthers needed to stop here, and it looks like they did just that.
And here we go, adventures in punting again. We're going to have to snap the ball, punt the ball into the wind, catch it, try to get it off. But that was 2 huge plays by the Panther defense, ramrodded by number 28, senior Andrew Olguin.
So here we go, punt team on. Jorge Guillen, who had a hard time handling the snap on the last punt. We'll see what happens here. Dena and Trevino back deep for the Panthers. They let the ball fall, and it takes a Hawk bounce inside the 20 to the 19-yard line, and that's where the Hawks are going to down it with 3:28 to go here in the third quarter. It is the Harlingen South Hawks 17, the Weslaco Panthers 14. 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 19-yard line.
Yeah, that's a big kick by the young man after what's going on the punt team into the wind. It's a really nice punt. Weslaco will take over on about the 19-yard line. They've had some movement of their offense in this half, but the last time out they weren't able to convert anything and missed the field goal. Let's see what they do here. Their last 3 minutes with the wind.
They're going to have Jaden Cavazos and Devin Dena split wide to the left. Granados on the right side of the field. Marco Leal throws it in the direction of Dena, but that is way short, and so that's going to go down as an incomplete pass.
I don't know how old you are, but there's an old play they called the bounce pass. For a minute there, I thought maybe they were attempting the bounce pass, because what happens, the ball bounces, but it's going backwards.
Right.
And the defense freezes. Number 1, for instance, there, Dena catches the ball, acts like, oh, heck, that's incomplete, then stands up and throws it to number 3 down the field, and nobody else is moving. I've had it done against me, and we've done it on teams. I thought maybe for a moment that's what that was.
They're going to send De Santiago in motion. Dena open, and it looked like Jose Vasquez may have put a finger on that one.
Yeah, he did a good job from his linebacker slot, dropping underneath that. I don't think Marco saw him. It's going to be 3rd down and 10, and not much time has come off the clock. You've got 2 incompletions.
So 3rd down and 10, ball is at the 19-yard line. They're going to send 2 receivers right and 2 receivers to the left. Granados and Berrone split wide to the bottom of your screen. On the top of the screen, you got Cavazos and Dena De Santiago in the backfield. Leal has some time, throws in the direction of De Santiago. He's caught it at the 40, and he's to the 49-yard line where he's brought down by Caleb Solis.
Outstanding play design by Coach Salinas and the offensive staff for Weslaco. People getting a pass set, and they lose track of the running back. He headed down the seam and into the open area. Nobody really covering him. Marco had time to hit him. Nice job there by the Panthers.
So all the way out to the 49-yard line, 30 yards on that play, the pass play from Leal to De Santiago. This time they hand the ball off to De Santiago, a 2-yard pickup. Now they are in Hawk territory, 2nd down and 9, 2:45 to go here in the third.
You know, Marco's doing a great job back there handling those snaps. You know, they're getting back there to him with good timing, but they're a little bit high, a little bit low at times. And to handle those without any miscues, doing a good job.
So they're going to bring out 2 receivers right to the left. Marco drops back looking for a receiver. Got one. Throws it in the direction of Jaden Cavazos. But that is just a little too far. Not sure what Jaden was looking for because I saw his hands go up for a little while there.
I think he felt like he may have been held a little bit there by number 4, Caleb Solis. You know, you see that on TV all the time.
Right.
The receiver breaks open, and then all of a sudden he throws his hands up because, hey, the guy got a little hold of me. But nobody saw it or nobody felt like it impeded his progress. No flag. 3rd and about 8 or 9 here, Joe.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be 3rd and 8. That's what the scoreboard shows us. So we'll say that's what it is. Leal, this time it's to his left. He's under pressure, and he's going to be brought down by Sky Tatum. And the ball is loose. Sky Tatum had him, and then it looked like he may have gotten away. But in those situations, I think the referee would have blown the whistle.
Well, you know, the ball came loose, But it all started off with a shaky snap there, Joe. It changed his timing. All of a sudden, he's got pressure back there. He tries to run away from it. Again, you don't see the guy pursuing you from your back. And here we go, punt time.
Moreno on the punt, and this is a good one. It is fielded, and it's dropped. And the Panthers have it.
Let's see if we can pick up who got it.
Gilbert Ide couldn't hang on to the punt, and it looked from here like a white jersey fell on the football.
I don't see any.
No, they're going to say it is a Hawk football.
Well, here's a replay that we can see here. He actually never really gets a good catch of it, but it looks like he may have came back and got his own.
Looks like Roy Trevino came up with the fumble, but then they took the ball away from him under that pile.
Weslaco is bargaining. The officials are talking. I haven't seen anybody point either way, Joe.
Well, the head judge pointed in the direction of south, that it was a south football.
The ball was marked and recovered by Wesco. First down.
Now we've got an overruling.
Yeah, the ball was lost. They call that a muff. He never truly had possession. You can advance a muff. You can recover it. Maybe on replay you'll get to see our boy Vinny Berry does a great job getting these games ready for you to watch on K-West. All those guys at K-West, the camera guys, Darlene with the graphics, everybody that's got a hand in K-West, Carlos, Mike, everybody, Julian. And it looks like we're going to have Elijah Bonda. He can throw, but he's also the guy they put in when they want to run.
Yes, that they do. According to what I could see on the big screen, it looked like Roy Trevino came up with that fumble recovery. So Elijah Bonda takes over at quarterback for the Panthers. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. He's going to hand it off to De Santiago, but we do have a flag on the play.
Yeah, you either had somebody line up off sides there. There was a problem. That formation, for some reason, didn't look right to me. Let's see what they call.
Illegal formation on the offense. Too many men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Not enough men on the line.
Yeah, well, there was like a second tight end in the game, and I'm not sure if he thought I'm supposed to be on the line or in the backfield, because you see the Panthers a lot of times will run a tight end type body just a step back from the line. But in the formation, the personnel they have in the game, he has to be on the line.
So here we go. First down and 15. Bonda takes a snap wide to his left. Now he's got pressure, and he's being chased, and he is knocked down by Brandon Bennett. Brandon Bennett had a target on Elijah Bonda, and he brought him down.
You know, and I think the reason Marco Leal's not in the game is he seems to be limping around a little bit. In fact, I see he and the trainer talking about his left leg. I don't know if it's an ankle. I don't want to speculate, but he's not in the game right now. Bonda, who plays and is a sound player, hasn't had the number of reps tonight that Marco's had.
So it is 2nd down and 25. Bonda back to pass. Ball is in direction of Dena, and it is incomplete.
A little bit underthrown. Dena just about came back and got it over number 18. That's David Cortez on the coverage. Looks like right now Coach Salinas isn't sure what he's going to do on 4th down. The punt team was about to run out there, and he was like, oh no, because he knows in 43 seconds, the rest of the game, they are into the wind. Plus, it's only 3rd down, I believe.
Yes, 3rd down, because remember, we did have that penalty. So you had the penalty, the sack, and the incomplete pass, bringing up a 3rd down and 25 for the Panthers. Ball at the 40-yard line of the Hawks. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Bonda in the pocket, breaks loose. He's on the run. He's at the 30. He's inside the 30, and he's going to be corralled at about the 32-yard line, but it's going to be short of the 1st down by about 12. But there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, that's the area where you usually have an offensive hold. Defensive holding. I believe that's an automatic 1st down.
Illegal hands to the face. Number 6.
Illegal hand to the face. That's an automatic 1st down, Coach. You got it.
Well, you never see that at this level. It happens. You just never see it called at this level. What a break for the Weslaco Panthers. They were going the wrong direction there, and they're going to end up with a 1st down. I'm not sure where the ball's going to be.
If it's from over where we started at the 45-yard line or the 40-yard line, they should have it at the 30.
Yeah, it should be a first down on the 30. No closer than the 30. But it looks like they're going to say, is it a 15-yarder?
Half the distance to go, first down.
Well, maybe they're saying it's the spot foul from the 28-yard line.
Wow.
Those usually happen
From the point.
Right, but they usually happen over here in the line area.
Right.
Maybe this one was one that occurred down the field.
I don't get that one. Well, the flag was right on the line of scrimmage.
Right, it was back here. So, again, they're the guys that make the calls, so we'll just go with them. So it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball is at the 13-yard line. Now we've got another flag.
Penalty markers on the field.
Let's hear what it is.
Full start. Number 22 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Now, you got 31 seconds that the Panthers are going to have the win, Joe. This is a weird situation, but you want to score here before you turn around because it's going to be a tough field goal, and you're only down a field goal into the wind is going to be a tough kick.
Regardless of how short it is.
But the wind has died down a bit.
Yes, that it has because the flags aren't moving as strong as they were before. Berrones is in motion. Elijah takes it. He's going to run with it to the left side. Has a little seam. He's inside the 10, makes a spin move inside the 5, and he's finally brought down at the 3-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Panthers.
Well, that's what you got when you got a guy like Elijah Banda. He comes off of injured reserve kind of early in the year, plays some receiver in one of the games we called. Gets forced in there. Marco's limping around a little bit, gets forced in. In fact, I'm not sure Marco has a shoe on right now. But he gets forced into action. And with time running out here in the 3rd quarter.
He's going to hand it off to De Santiago behind the big guys. And he runs, he's hit, he spins to the inside of the line. And they say he's going to be short of the touchdown. Well, Coach, when you're at the 1-inch line, going into the win, I don't think it's going to matter.
No, it's not going to matter. But, you know, you wanted to be down there where you're not in a field goal position with that kind of time.
So we have played 3 here at J. Louis Boca Stadium in Harlingen. It's the Harlingen Southhawks 17, your Weslaco Panthers 14. We'll be back with 4th quarter action right here on your home for high school football, KOS.
Before Rene Hinojosa became a business executive, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL academics, designed the original Wildcats logo, was an all-state academic middle linebacker. He then played for the Longhorns, graduating with a business degree from UT. Now he's the Director of Strategic Development at Doctors Hospital at Renaissance. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Rene Hinojosa, WISD was the right choice.
Welcome back to J. Louis Boca Stadium in Harlingen, Texas. We are just about to begin 4th quarter action. The Weslaco Panthers with the football at about the 1-foot line. It is 2nd down and goal for your Panthers. They trail by 3 as we begin 4th quarter action. Elijah Banda is in at quarterback. They're waiting for the football to make its way across the field.
Well, yeah, you're tilting your hand offensively and defensively, and the officials and the chains aren't even set yet. Here comes the football for the first time in this quarter, and now we're ready to play.
All right, Elijah Banda, the quarterback. Matthew De Santiago in the backfield with him. So here come the Panthers lining up. First play of the 4th quarter, low snap, hands it off to De Santiago, and he's hit from behind and is kept out of the end zone. Someone darting from the left side of the Hawk defensive line and hits De Santiago in the backfield.
Yeah, he jumped right in there and got it. You know, the way Banda runs, I might put De Santiago out in front of him and have Banda follow him and create even one more blocker. Anytime your quarterback's your ball carrier, you gain a blocker.
Yes. So here we go, 3rd down and goal from the 1. And just like you called it, Coach, it is Elijah Banda in the end zone for a Panther touchdown.
How many yards, 2 or 3?
1.
1. Okay, that puts Weslaco ahead for the first time tonight.
So the Panthers are now up 20-17, pending the point after. Francisco Moreno on to attempt the point after. Jaden Cavazos is the holder. Panthers with the lead, a chance to extend it to 4. Snap, hold, kick, away, and plenty of leg and right through the uprights. And the Weslaco Panthers lead 21-17. And there's some extracurricular activity happening on the field. We saw a flag come in late, and we'll see what the call is.
Yeah, I believe it's something on Harlingen South that they'll take on the kickoff, which will really help Weslaco into the win, because instead of kicking off from the 40, you're going to move it up 15 and kick off from your own 45. Now if you want to bloop it.
Number 77. That foul will be enforced on the kickoff. 15 yards.
Yeah, now if you want to bloop it, you're blooping it around the 15-yard line instead of around the 40-yard line. You could even attempt an onside right here and not really lose anything, because after the ball goes 10 yards, you're at the 35-yard line. So you got a lot of things to think about as a Weslaco team. The biggest one you got to think about is Harlingen South made a tactical error by giving you the wind in the third period. Weslaco scores an 18-yard TD run TD pass from Leal to Dana at 9:08 in the period, and get to the 1-yard line before the change of quarters and score on the second play of the fourth quarter. And for the first time tonight, Weslaco has the lead.
And they'll be kicking from inside Hawk territory. The 45-yard line is where they will be kicking from. Now, that really hurt the Harlingen South Hawks, and that is really a mistake you don't like to see as a football coach.
No. Anytime you lose your cool, and I played at the college level. I've been around it my whole life. And, I've seen guys punch a guy in the helmet and break his hand, but he got the penalty for throwing the punch. I mean, that's just doesn't make sense. You're going to fight a guy in full pads.
That's what I've never really understood. So here we go. After the penalty is assessed, the Weslaco Panthers will kick off from the Hawk 45-yard line. Hendrick and Quiroz back deep for the Hawks. I'm sorry, not Quiroz. It's going to be Lara, and he'll field it at the goal line, and he's brought down at the 15-yard line by Diego Martinez. A great job there by the Panthers on kickoff coverage.
Yeah, and that great kick by Francisco Moreno, kicking it right to the goal line where the guy had to run it. He couldn't kneel it, and they're able to stop him inside the 15. The South Hawks have the win, but, Joe, it's not the win we had in the first half. So it's not as big a deal. It's not going to be as hard on Weslaco as it was earlier in the game.
Well, we've got Belmontes in the backfield. Remember, Quiroz has not been in the game for the last possession. Torres rolls out to his right, and Marco Leal catches him midway in that rollout and drops him for a 5-yard loss.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I don't get a vote.
Marco Noriega.
And I don't get to watch the film. But if I had to vote for a defensive player of the game for the Panthers right now, it'd be number 13.
Yeah, Marco Noriega comes in from his linebacker position. Torres trying to roll out, and he just drags him down for a 4-yard loss, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 14. Handoff to Belmontes. Belmontes looking for some running room, and he can't find any. Big number 99, Tony Estevane, in the middle of that line, stopping Belmontes.
Well, losing Quiroz may have been the best thing that happened to the Weslaco Panthers. He was the difference maker for 3 periods. But since he's been out, I don't know that they've really gained a yard, Joe.
3rd down and long. We've got Derek Delgado split wide to the left. He's at the bottom of your screen. That's the guy we need to look for. Torres looks in that direction. And he just can't hang on to that. But 26, Matthew Carrizales turned around just in time. I couldn't see whether or not he got his hand on it, but he did good defensive there.
Well, there was a little hand fighting going on both ways. Weslaco plays a lot of man-to-man. Got to believe in the next year or two, when these guys have worked and worked and worked at that technique, they're going to get really good at it. They're improving as we talk. But, boy, you've got to have a lot of nerve to be man-to-man against a guy like number 15.
Well, that's 4th down, and the Hawks are going to punt. Trevino's going to take the ball at the 50, and they're going to try to give it to Dena, but their little miscue there on what was exactly going on. They drop it, so they're going to start this possession at their own 48-yard line. That could have been ugly.
Yeah, and I love stuff like that. run a little reverse off the punt. But you've got to do that against a guy that's a sound punter. You know, that wasn't a great punt. You've got to know when not to try to hand it. I've seen guys run option off of that situation. I've seen all kinds of throwbacks and stuff. But you need a real good kick before you can get that done. Here come the Panthers. I believe we're going to see Elijah Bonda the rest of the way, Joe.
Yeah, he is on at quarterback. He's got De Santiago in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it and run out to his left across midfield. He makes a move, cuts outside. He's inside the 40, inside the 35, and all the way down to the 30. Great running, great vision there from Elijah Banda.
Well, he changes the tempo for the Panthers. Also, he gives you another threat. Like I said, when you're running your quarterback, you gain a blocker. When you're running De Santiago and the quarterback is handing off, that's 10 guys playing football. When the quarterback's running the ball, that's 11 guys playing football.
So here we go. This time they change up the formation a little bit. Handoff is made to De Santiago. He is caught by Brandon Bennett. Brandon Bennett is a very good-sized football player. He just stuck his arm out there, grabbed De Santiago, and pulled him back.
Yeah, it was a little bit reminiscent of the Longest Yard movie where the giant guy reaches out and, come here, you know, and good job by him on that one.
So here we go. This time it is Elijah Banda again looking for some running room. He's got some, makes a move to the outside, inside the 25-yard line to about the 22. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and maybe 2.
You know, when you're into the wind, as the Panthers are right now, even though the wind's calmed down a little bit, to be able to run the ball when you're ahead makes you a dangerous football team.
8:51 to go here in the ball game.
Now, points are a good thing. If I can get up a score, get up 2 scores, that's even a better thing. But to be able to kill clock by running the ball in a situation like this is huge. Banda is going to come through.
Villarreal in motion, and we have, again, movement by the front line of the Panthers. So that ball is going to be moved 5 yards back, and instead of 3rd and 2, it's going to be 3rd and 7.
I'm wondering if the guys are moving on the trigger word, because almost every time they've jumped, they've had a guy in motion. They've got to have some sort of trigger word that puts the guy in motion, and I'm wondering if the linemen are mishearing that and thinking that's the go sound for the snap. You know, whatever it is, you're going to have to clean that up before you play San Benito next week.
So here we go, 3rd and 7, 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the right. Banda rolling out to his right, going to cut upfield, 25. He is hit at the 22-yard line, and he is dropped. So he picks up the 5 yards that they lost, but that's going to bring up a 4th down and 2.
Now, we said the wind has died down a little bit. If you were to try a field goal here, you're talking about a 39-yard maybe field goal. I don't see Frank heading out there. He does have his tee in his hand, but I think I agree with the coaching staff here, especially with a guy like Bonda at quarterback. Run that motion again, get a couple linemen out front, and let's get Bonda for a 1st down.
So here we go, Bonda looking out to the sideline to see what coach is going to bring in, but I think what they're going to do is let the clock roll down a little bit and call a timeout.
Which is a good call, too. Here it is.
There it is. Mike Salinas just signals over to the referee that he wants a timeout. So we've got 7:26 to go here in the ball game. It is your Weslaco Panthers 21, the Harlingen Southhawks 17. We'll be right back with the rest of our ball game right here on K-West.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Welcome back to J. Lewis Bogus Stadium here in Harlingen, Texas. 4th down for the Panthers. 2 yards to gain. Elijah Bond, the quarterback, he keeps it. He cuts up, is inside the 20, and that's going to be enough for a Panther 1st down. Good hard running from the quarterback, Elijah Banda.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of coming in off the bench. Yeah, he got to play some early in the ball game, but to come in a vital time and be able to, just the tempo change with Banda on the field. And into the wind, passing game is not a thought process. but they're forcing Harlingen South to cover them up.
De Santiago in the backfield with Banda. Banda's gonna keep it. He's gonna run out to the left side, but he is brought down. And in the backfield is Jose Vasquez.
Now, Vasquez did a good job there getting in the backfield. Banda got over there. Maybe, I don't know if they're reading some of that. You know, I'm not around them enough to know if they're reading that. But if they are, he probably could have handed that one.
Yeah. So the loss of 2 on the play, bringing up a 2nd down and 12. We are 6.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Your Panthers leading this one 21-17. 2 receivers to the right, Cavazos and Dena. De Santiago takes the handoff out to the left, cuts up the field inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. Positive yards there from the Panthers. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 9 yards.
Yeah, positive yards, but the best thing De Santiago, the veteran, did is stay in bounds over there. Even though it's going to be 3rd and about 9, the clock is running, about to go inside 6 minutes.
And we just went under 6 minutes here in this ball game. Banda looking to the sideline. Villarreal and Granados to the bottom of your screen. De Santiago in motion. Banda in the pocket. He's got a receiver in the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. Jaden Cavazos. Pass from Elijah Banda. 18 yards on that touchdown play. They've tried to run that play a few times. They hadn't been able to connect. This time they run it to perfection.
Yeah, nice job down the seam. They send De Santiago in motion. One of the defenders moved outside, opened up the middle of the field. Banda stood in there and made a nice throw. Weslaco now up by 2 scores.
The extra point is good. Moreno comes in, splits the uprights to give the Panthers an 11-point lead, 5:37 to go in this contest, and it is now your Weslaco Panthers 28, the Harlingen South Hawks 17. So a good drive there from the Panthers.
And good time-consuming drive. He slowed down, got on the ball, made plays, handled everything they needed to handle. Good job, Banda coming off the bench. Good job, Weslaco, for believing in what you're doing. And looks good right now. They need to come out and get a stop. And Harlingen South's going to have to find some offense without their man number 11, Emilio Quiroz.
Well, the Panthers have scored 3 touchdowns here in the second half. An 18-yard touchdown pass from Marco Leal to Devin Dena. And then Elijah Banda provided a 1-yard run. And this time Elijah Banda hits Jaden Cavazos for 18 yards on that pass. And, of course, the kicker, Moreno, adding all the extra points. So 21 unanswered points here in the second half for the Panthers. Kickoff goes out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. So we'll see what the Hawks want to do, if they want to move this one back and force him to kick again, because, again, they're kicking into the wind here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take the ball. I think they go to the 30 or 35-yard line. I would make him kick it again.
Yeah, then that's why I asked the question. I wanted to hear what you would do, Coach, because I, too, would force him to kick it again.
Into the wind at this point in the game, I would, like I said, I'd have him kick it again. But
the Hawks are content with taking it at the 30-yard line.
Okay, so let's set this. The Hawks 3 timeouts, trailing by 11. They need 2 scores. Touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal to tie. Okay. I'm sorry, that's wrong.
They trail by 11. So a touchdown, a 2-point conversion gives them 8.
And a field
goal
goal.
gives
So
them
I am right.
Yeah, you are right, Coach. Pass on the first play from scrimmage from the 30-yard line is caught by Corbin Hendricks. First time he is on the receiving end of a pass. We've seen him in the backfield as a running back. Of course, we haven't seen Quiroz for a while already. To the bottom of your screen is Corbin and Delgado. Quarterback, Torres, fakes a handoff to Belmonte. He's going to keep it, runs across the 40-yard line, and he's going to be stopped at about the 43.
Yeah, that'll be a first down. Right there, South got a little bit of time, and they've still got 3 timeouts. That's what I was trying to set up. Weslaco has 2 remaining. The clock is it just went under 5 minutes, Joe, so the clock is on the Weslaco side.
Torres, quick pass in the direction of Dylan Carrion, and he catches it and is brought down after about a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, I don't think South's about to quit, but they're fighting an uphill battle right here without their best runner.
So here we go. Corbin and Delgado down to the left side of your screen. And he's going in the direction of Delgado. And again, with great coverage, is Matthew Carrizales.
Yeah, he loosened up a little bit that time and was actually over the top of the receiver. That pass had no chance, out of bounds. Clock stops, 3rd and about 2?
3.
3?
Yeah, because they got to get to the 42-yard line.
47?
I'm 47-yard line. And they are at midfield. So 4:28 to go here in the ball game. Quarterback is going to keep it. There's no one out on the right side of the field. He's running free. He's inside the 40 to about the 36-yard line.
Well, you know, we've seen a lot of Andrew O'Keen off the edge there trying to flatten down and make a play. The quarterback obviously noticed that, pulls the ball at the last second. Nobody left outside to make the play. 1st and 10.
Delgado at the bottom of your screen. Torres looking in his direction, throws the ball in his direction. Carrizales, the defender, again keeps him from catching that football. Carrizales has really played some good defense here in the last couple of quarters.
And the coaches must really believe in him, Joe, because he's not getting any help. There's no safety over the top. In fact, Evan Margot is kind of favoring the other side of the field where they have two receivers. Looks like maybe they're flipping it now, and he's going to favor the field. But he's still not going to get over here and help.
So again, Torres, the quarterback, this time he's under pressure, gets the ball, rid of the ball, and got it into the hands of Belmontes. Belmontes is upended about the 28-yard line. Did he get out of bounds?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Stop the clock with 4 minutes to go, Joe. They're working the way down the field. So here's how you're thinking if you're Harlingen South right now. We've got to score a touchdown. We need to go for 2, and then we need an onside kick. But you got to do one thing at a time, scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, you got to get
first.
the touchdown first. So here we go. Torres is the quarterback. He's got protection. Gets rid of the ball. It's caught on the right side of the field. Brady Bennett with the reception, and they're going to pick up a 1st down. The Hawks are going to move the chains again, and we are now under 4 minutes to go here to go in the ball game.
Yeah, and it got out of bounds, and I lied a little bit because you can take a field goal here and no, I got to onside and then score a touchdown in 2 points. So you can do it backwards.
Yes, but you got to get points. Did he hang on to it? Yes, he did. 2 times in a row, they go to Brady Bennett. This time he catches it, and that's a hot
17,
touchdown. 17-yard touchdown for the Hawks. Defending was Tommy Esquivel. Bennett just a little too tall for Esquivel. So they are going to go for 2, Coach. They've got their offense on the field.
Well, they have to. To be in this game, you got to go for 2.
Yep.
And you're doing it without your best running back, and Weslaco wants a timeout.
Coach Salinas didn't like what he saw.
I think I would get in the double set they were in, maybe put one of the guys in motion, create a multiple side, sprint the quarterback that way, give him a run pass option. Of course, they know their offense better than I do. I'm just telling you some of the things maybe that I would do. So the score right now stands at 28-23.
Pending the extra point.
And 2-point play pending would make it 28-25.
If they convert it.
Whether they make the 2-point play or not, Joe, they're going to onside kick.
Right.
Because then you can go for a touchdown.
Yes.
You know, just the field goal doesn't work anymore. You've got to go for the touchdown. But with the drive they just put together, if they can recover an onside kick, I see the coaches for Weslaco talking to their onside kick team right here in front of us at the 50 about that ball. If it bounces up, you've got to go get it and protect your buddy, because what they try to do is wipe you out. Here we go.
Bennett is in the slot position on the right. You've got Delgado on the left. Torres rolls to his right, and he's got a receiver out of the backfield. That is Christian Cortez. He hits him, and the two-point conversion is good. So with 3:40 to go here in the ball game, it is now your Weslaco Panthers 28, the Harlingen South Hawks 25. And, Coach, you just were talking about the Weslaco special team staff talking to the Weslaco Panthers because you have to be for certain that the Hawks are gonna onside kick here.
Oh, yeah. They just did everything we said they were going to do. They're down by 3. They made a tactical error, but here they go. It's 28-25 with 3:40 to go.
So we'll see. Here come the Hawks, getting ready to line up to kick. Jose Lerma is their kicker. The Weslaco Panthers still in a huddle. Want to make sure they've got the right personnel on.
Now, there's a bunch of ways you can onside kick. South may stay in that bunch like that and kick it straight ahead and try to wipe out the middle of the formation and recover it. Or you may put 6 to one side and 4 to the other and angle kick it. But he's in the middle of the field, so I got to believe he's going to try to onside kick straight ahead. And who's straight ahead of him? Number 13, Marco Noriega. So you've got guys with good hands up front. You've got, but you've also got number 28 offsides right now. Okay, he just moved back.
Yeah. So here we go. Timeout called by the Panthers.
So Weslaco was trying to see, okay, are they going to kick it right? Are they going to kick it left? They burn a timeout. They have no timeouts left. So if Harlingen and South can recover this, Joe, 3 minutes, 40 seconds and 3 timeouts.
Yeah. But we'll see what the Panthers have up their sleeve because, of course, as you've been mentioning, Coach, we're looking at an onside kick situation here. And they had 10 guys here from the 45 to the 35 yard, from the midfield to the 40-yard line.
Well, I hate to say it, I'm not sure they were going to onside kick the way he was approaching that ball. They may have been trying to hit it into a hole around the 20-yard line, and if nothing else, we'll get back there, play defense. We got time to stop the clock, and we'll make Weslaco punt the ball. Let's see. Yes, they put their regular return team back on the field. I see big people on the field right now.
Now watch them try and onside kick it.
Well, it's possible.
So here we go. Lerma on the kick.
Look how deep Weslaco's front line is. They could be hugging the 50, but they're back on the 45.
Anticipating maybe an onside kick. So
Nope.
Lerma's going to pooch kick it, and it's going to be caught by Dena at the 12-yard line, looking for some blockers. He's still coming across the field. He cuts up at the 30, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. Coach Salinas doesn't like the call because he wants a late hit.
Well, I think he wanted a horse collar. I'm not sure what happened. There is a flag. What the flag is, who it's on, I have no clue.
There was some activity going on around the 40-yard line, and that's where the flag came from.
Well, if it's a penalty on Harlingen and South, it could put a nail on this game a little bit because that'll move the ball ahead 15 yards. And, yeah, they can punt it, kneel it, and punt. Timeout, kneel it, timeout, kneel it. Let's get the call here.
Here comes the referee. Looks like it is against South.
Near ball, personal foul, number 83, unnecessary roughness, 15-yard penalty, added on to the end of the run, first down.
The kicker had a personal foul.
Coach, there was something going on over here that I could not get an eye on because I was too busy watching the tackle over here. But the referee that threw the flag, was pointing in this direction over here around the 40-yard line.
So this is a crazy change of events here. You go from not onside kicking. Joe, if you would have tipped it the onside kick and Weslaco recovered, that's where they would have got the ball. But somewhere in your head you said we don't want to give them the ball there. Guess what you just did?
You gave him the ball there.
You gave him the ball there.
So here we go, 3:31 to go in the ball game. Panthers with the football. Elijah Banda is your quarterback. He's in the backfield with De Santiago. Referee staff getting back into position. Now they've blown the whistle, and we can officially get underway. 1st and 10 at midfield. Panthers with the football. Snap. Banda running to the left side. He's going to cut upfield, be hit in the backfield, and he is dropped for a loss. Guy Tatum in the backfield.
Yeah, they have some great names on this football team. They've got Cole Cooley, Dial Duncan, Sky Tatum, Brady Bennett, Brandon Bennett. They got some great names on this team, but that's a great job by that young man on defense.
Justice Johnson.
Yeah, you know, we talked about this a week ago. I don't know that I would let the ball out of Elijah Banda's hands. South did not use one of their 3 timeouts right there. There's 13 seconds on the play clock. If I was Weslaco, I would be Banda.
Well, Banda drops back to pass. He's going to drop it and run. He's across the 50, into the 45, into the 40, and he is going to be dropped inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. But more importantly, that's going to move the chains for the Panthers.
Yeah, I just don't understand some of the things South is doing. You know, you got 3 timeouts. You're about to go inside 2 minutes here, and you haven't stopped the clock. Wesco's standing there looking at the sideline, and the clock is running. 20 seconds left, Joe. It's going to be 2 minutes when they snap this ball.
Yeah, they can bring it down all the way to the 2:05 mark here in the ball game, and they are content on doing just that. Banda still looking into the backfield. Now he's got his signal, and we've got 5 seconds on the play clock. 3, and the snap goes away. Handoff to De Santiago. He's cutting up the field into the 35-yard line is where he's going to be brought down, and that's going to be good for 4 yards. And the clock continues. No, they're going to. Harlingen South just burned their first timeout.
Yeah, it may be too little, too late, but they took the timeout. You know, Weslaco moves on and plays San Benito next week. I'm not trying to put a nail in this coffin yet, but they need this win, or next week doesn't mean anything. If they go into that game with a loss, playing San Benito at San Benito plays tomorrow against Hannah, the 2 undefeated teams in this district. One of those teams is going to have a loss. San Benito could be that team, but if they're not, they've got to turn around. Weslaco's got to go over there. Let's hope Marco Leal is okay, because 2 quarterbacks here in this system seems to be better than 1.
Yes, and you know, Banda has done a good job here in the second half leading these troops, because we have not seen Marco Leal come into the ballgame here in the second half. You mentioned earlier that you saw them rubbing his calf, so something must have happened there, obviously, for him not to be in the ballgame. Handoff is made to De Santiago. He gets to close to the 30-yard line before he's dropped. It's going to be about the 31-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, another timeout, I believe, by Harlingen South. And the coaches are going to talk to him, Joe. And we've got 2 minutes and 1 second to go in the game. Weslaco gets a first down here. Harlingen can stop it one more time, and then it's victory formation.
Yeah, that is for sure. You said just a little while ago, I don't think I would allow the ball to not be in the hands of Elijah Banda. You've got to be for sure here that you can expect a run from Elijah Banda with 3rd down and 2 to go, and the ball resting on the 31-yard line.
Yeah, well, so many things can take place when you try to hand the ball off. I get a halfway bad snap, and I'm in a hurry trying to get the ball off. If I catch the ball, put 2 hands on it, and be the runner that Elijah Banda is, you got to believe that offensive line, those people up front, can get me 2 yards. If not, it's still 4 down territory.
Yes.
Okay?
Because you know South is going to use their last time out if you don't get the first down.
They have to.
Yes. So here we go. 3rd down and 2 for the Panthers. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. De Santiago. This time Elijah's going to run out to the left side. He's going to make a spin move. He's inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. We'll see where they officially spot it. They spot it just inside the 30-yard line. Is that enough for a first down, though?
Right.
From where I'm standing, it looks like it is, but the referees are saying it's going to be a little short. But the South Hawks used up their last timeout. So it's going to be 4th down and less than a yard to go for the Panthers.
Yeah, I think. Well, you're not in an area where you can punt. There's too much wind to kick a field goal. Now, we talked about what we thought Harlingen South would do on a 2-point play. I'm not sure if I was Weslaco, I wouldn't run something similar to that. Maybe sprint out to your right, put a multiple receiver set, see if you can give Abanda a run pass option out there. Maybe get a guy to the flat real quick. You're looking at 1 yard. If I make that 1 yard, the clock will stop long enough to adjust the chains. If I don't, with neither team having the timeout, the Weslaco Panther defense is going to have to come out with about a minute 45 or so and play defense.
Yeah, I was surprised on the last play that they rolled him out to the left. So here we go. We've got Berrones Villarreal in there. Handoff to De Santiago, and he's going to spin into the 28-yard line, and that's going to be a Panther first down.
Coaching staff feels like that's enough. I haven't seen the official signal anything yet. Let's let the head official look back inside and see. Coach Salinas is trying to look. He's out to the numbers, questioning the spot.
Yeah, he is questioning that spot. It looked like from where I'm standing that he was to the 28-yard line, but they're bringing it back to the 29.
And they haven't given us a replay, at least that I've seen yet on the screen. Now, you don't want to get out there and get a penalty, Coach. Let's let them measure it, and let's trust your defense. Your defense has played out of this world for most of the night, and you got to remember that arguably the best offensive player for Harlingen South has not been in the game much this second half.
So here we go, chain crew bringing the chains out. We'll wait for official measurement here.
This is big, Joe. He hasn't pulled it yet. Guys are already signaling. I think he got it.
He's got it. And the roar from the Weslaco Panther faithful is loud. 1st and 10 for your Panthers. No timeouts left on the clock for the Hawks.
Now you can get my favorite formation if you want to. Doesn't look like they're going to, though. But as long as Marco will squeeze the football up. Yep.
Elijah.
I'm sorry. As long as Elijah, who ought to get a good pat on the back here, as long as he'll squeeze the ball, you ought to be able to run the clock out. Looks like Coach is going to let it run down before he even calls the play, which is a great strategy because we're going to be about 125 or so when they snap it.
So here we go, Elijah Bond to the quarterback. He's going to hand it off to De Santiago. De Santiago running, and he's going to be brought down after about a 1-yard pickup. But the good thing about this is that no one can stop the clock.
Yeah, it's going to be about 40.
About 40 seconds till they have to run this next play.
And there'll be about 35 maybe left on the game clock when they need to snap it. Let me tell you what. I believe Harlingen South made a tactical error giving Weslaco the ball and the win to start the second half. But let's give a hand to the Weslaco team and coaching staff, Joe, for making that halftime adjustment to have those beliefs. Looks like you had some movement in the line. Let me tell you, the score at halftime was 17-7 in favor of Harlingen South. Harlingen South scored 8 points in the second half. The Weslaco Panthers scored 21.
Right.
So it was the tale of two halves.
That is for certain. You know, the Panthers looked a lot different here in the second half. 38 seconds to go in the ballgame. Elijah Banda is just going to put a knee down on the floor. And that's going to be the last play that they have to run here tonight because the game clock is lesser than the play clock. And now the Weslaco faithful has officially noted that their Weslaco Panthers are victorious here tonight. Tonight, you've got to tip your hat. You know, we watch, remember the Titans? I love that, that film. After the end of every game in the locker room, coach said game ball.
Yep.
And he would always issue a game ball. If we were to issue a game ball here today, I would say Marco Noriega would get one.
Yes.
And so would Elijah Banda.
Yeah, Banda coming in as the relief pitcher, as they say. I see you there in your Astros get up. He did a great job as a relief pitcher tonight. You know, a team is that. It's a bunch of guys that pull together. And he came off the bench and did a great job of getting them in the ball game. And number 13 was just about everywhere for the Panther defense.
Yeah, that defense played really well tonight, really solid as a defensive unit, only allowing 8 points in the second half. And, of course, the offense of the Panthers putting up 21, like you just said, Coach, a tale of two halves. The game clock is officially wound down to 0, and it is officially final. Your Weslaco Panthers 28, the Harlingen Southhawks 25. Your Weslaco Panthers improved to 2-3 in district play. And next week, they travel to San Benito to take on the Greyhounds.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'll be there. Stay tuned to K-West for all that kind of stuff. Great job tonight, Joe. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Again, the final score here from J. Lewis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen. It is your Weslaco Panthers 28. 25 for the Harlingen Southhawks. For Joe Aguilar, John Boswell, and our cameraman extraordinaire, Vinny Berry, we want to bid you guys a very good night.
See you next week. Good night.